Hello, it's still a Cube and I'm here on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia, coming to you with a kind of old style pour that I used to do when I first started painting, and it's probably a little bit different recipe than I very first started with, but I used to enjoy doing them so much, and I did one again the other day. And had lots of people say that, you know, they'd like to see more of it. So without further ado, I've got some yummy colours mixed up here, and I'm going to just have a little pouring session, I suppose. Not a boring session, a pouring session. So I'm going to just use up a bit of the, I don't know, maybe I won't. This was gold and silver mixed together, and it's made this gorgeous champagne colour. But I'm not going to use that because I might mix up some earthy colours to go with that, some bronze and copper, and do a completely different pour. So this was it was basically white I'd mixed up, and I added some of the purple that I had left. So I'm going to use it up. So this is just white with purple added. So I'm going to just do the wiggles all over my canvas. Just wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it. This is probably a really easy style for beginners to do. So yeah, I think it's a really easy, basic style for beginners. This is what I started with, and it gives lovely results. So it encourages you when you get nice results, obviously. So this is purple, just plain old purple. I've got warm red and cool red. You see one's a little bit more orangey than the other, so I'm going to put those in. It's just basically just freestyling and just going for it, and just making sure you've got a bit of all your colours here, there and everywhere. Looks nice as it is. So I'll go my cool red. I just think the yellow, the orangey, cool and warm red, purple just go lovely together. I think they look really nice, personally. So I'm going to add, this is the orange now, and I just added a real good dash of lemon, a yellow with it. It makes it kind of brighter. Wow. Sort of bringing back the 60s and 70s vibe here, like the old tie-dye. I am going to put a bit of the yellow in it. This is just yellow. I might use that around my edges to run off. I've got plenty of paint on here, heaps. So it's definitely old style. And I did, in these particular paints, which I haven't been doing recently, I did put only 2 drops of the Helmar silicone. I haven't been adding silicone, not for any reason. It's just that I've got gorgeous results with adding a bit of Floetrol instead to my paint. Pouring medium recipe is in the drop down box down below, as is a link to the video. So yeah, so I've put a little bit of silicone in this particular one, just because I thought I'm going back to how I used to do it, and I did used to definitely add silicone when I first started pouring, because I, like you, was watching the videos of the ladies pouring and they were adding silicone to the paint, and that's how I learned. Have nothing against the silicone, it only, as I said, I get lovely results by adding Floetrol, and it is easier to clean up when you want to varnish your work or resin your work. The silicone can take a fair bit of effort to clean off, because if you varnish or resin, the silicone sort of causes pock marks in it. Did mean to add white to this, but I didn't get to it, did I? Got enough colour on there. So it's just doing the gentle tilt all over your canvas. So you cover your edges up, and if you've got any corners, it's absolutely perfect to dab them out with your fingers. It's no problem. And then just re-center your canvas back so the paint is not all down the one end. I can already see it's already selling up without doing anything, because it's got silicone, and that Helmar silicone, you only have to add a tiny little one drop in a few colours, creates a whole load of cells. So what I'm going to do now is I've got some of the very dark Berry Delicious that I make up out of dark red, a good blob of phthalo blue and a blob of black, and it's almost like a black cherry. So I am going to swipe this old style. It doesn't need very much of a line, and like my favourite swipe tool is this soft plastic file divider that you'll find in office work stores or office supply stores. So this is going to give me that Carnival. Look at this, the carnival of colours coming through. It's always amazing when you see what colours you've put down, and then what the swipe colour just completely changes the whole painting. And the cells coming up gorgeous. So those that want cells, true cells, and not particular lacing is like this, and cells is like that. So that's a bit crazy going on in there. That's like Cell City for sure. So I'm just gonna, might just put a little bit of a line down again. Just a very small amount is all it needs. And then just to slowly drag it through. Just on the very tip, I missed there, but that's okay. No worries, just either go over it or don't even worry about it. Nothing has to be perfect. It's your art room, your rules, your way. Wowzers, wowzers, that is completely cell crazy. See, when I first started, I would just freak out with happiness getting all these cells like crazy, like this is whatever. Oh, I want cells, I want cells. Now, I'm not such a lover of the big blobby cells, but they're all fun to do. It's definitely a fun experience to create them. So I'm going to go over with my heat wand. Gets rid of any air bubbles. Now that's an absolute crazy citrus carnival of colour, isn't it? So if you just love cells and that's what you wanted to do, you'd stop right there. But I'm just going to check something. Instead of creating, I don't know, I'm going to try it. If it doesn't work, instead of creating a balloon kiss, I'm going to see if the bottom of this cup works. I'm just going to try it. You have to experiment these things. So just touch it and back out. And it doesn't look too, nope, I don't like it. I don't like it. So I'll just get my balloon, come back out. The paint is probably needs just to leave that, and if your paint is falling in when you do a balloon kiss, then you can walk away and leave it until it dries off and a lot of the paint absorbs into the canvas, and it'll give you a really nice balloon kiss effect. But doing it while it's wet, so wet like this, just gives a whole different effect, because it falls back in. As it falls back in, but it still gives a really nice effect. So I'm doing these tiny little kisses, so it kind of looks like a starburst, fireflies and butterflies. So they're not actually like a balloon kiss, they're sort of just allow the paint to move in a different way and create these nice little, I think then nice little effects like fireworks. It's definitely then more of a carnival effect on your canvas. So just keep wiping your balloon off each kiss. And when you see a bunch of cells together and you want to bring them, just put your balloon in there and it sort of brings them together. So like this. I've got a typical bunch that I can show you. Oh, that bunch there. So if you just push in, see how then they join, and it doesn't look like a cell, it actually looks like a little firefly or fairy fireflies, whatever you want, a firework. So it's quite therapeutic just actually doing this process with your little balloon. And of course your little balloon you can be pressing onto gift cards, plain gift cards, to make really personal gift cards for people to have there. You can make your own Christmas tags by putting some little balloon dips on your Christmas tags. So I did do some on a video the other day of doing it on gift cards, so I have got a video out there of already doing it, but I can definitely do it again. So this just gives a whole different effect instead of a big balloon kiss. And there's any sort of big blobby cells that you don't like, just push your balloon in beside them and it just gives a whole different flowery kind of effect or firework effect. So definitely Carnival. Well, there you go. I think I've kissed it to death. It's something that I started with. If you look at the videos on my channel and you go back to, you press the link where it says the oldest videos, so back to where I started. This is where I started doing these really vibrant, flowery pieces. So I enjoyed it, and it is so much brighter in real life than it is through this camera. What can I do? Anybody know? Alrighty, you lovely people, I hope you enjoyed that. It's going back in time a bit, but I enjoyed it. So I will put some photos of the dry piece at the end, and hope so much you enjoyed today's little trip down memory lane, I'd say. It's very bright and lovely, so give it a try. Don't forget, you can show me and everybody else your art on our Facebook Australian acrylic pouring group. You can the link is below in the drop down box, in the description box underneath this video, and you can press that and go on to and join our group if you're not already in it. You get lots of lovely people that are willing to help, advise, and you can show your work off and what you've done. Until tomorrow, you lovely people, please take care. Yeah, take care of yourself, because if you're no good yourself, you can't take care of anyone else. So stay safe. Until tomorrow, bye for now.